I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
What's up, guys? Masta Styles here, back with another Divine Blessing video. And today, this Divine Blessings is a little different because there's going to be a new awakening hero coming to the game. Before we even hop into that, I already speculated who the new awakening hero would be. And one thing I want you to know, it's now looking like a pattern, right? And I always talk about the writing on the wall. The writing on the wall is now going to be Wamigan, right? Wamigan may be the next hero that gets awakened, because before that, Anpu was in this store, and I said that and I called it. Someone else on Facebook also showed me, let me see if I can find it here. This pass, where's the pass is at? Let's see, there's a pass over here. This one also had Anpu in it. So that right there kind of gave it away that Anpu would be the person that gets awakened. Haven't seen an energy hero yet in the endless battles. Also the elite chapters. The elite chapters is also a clue. So that's one thing to take note of. If you're new to the Divine Blessing series, I'm gonna call it a series now because I've been doing it enough. It's the heroes from the wishlist banners. It's not gonna be here yet because the game hasn't been updated, but I know who the heroes are, and I'll talk about each one of them. And I'll talk about the awakening hero towards the end of the video and what I was hoping for to be the awakening hero versus who they chose to be the awakening hero. So first up, we're gonna talk about the tank. It's his return. I think this is the first time he'll be returning to the game. Is Carabin, whichever one you want to choose, however you want to go about it, right? This guy, man, he's the one hero that I regret bringing to Immortal. Well, I did it on my free-to-play account, but then I ended up bringing him to Immortal, bringing him to EX30. He's, all right. He's all right. He has his moments. I feel like he's missing certain things. What I would have wanted them to do was give him more teleportation, and then he could have been the first dual class hero, right? Where he's tank / assassin because he can teleport, but his teleport only work after 12 seconds, right? Kind of a not really a semi counter to Cariolis, but with this guy, when he jumps into the back line, at that point, Kara's barrier is already gone. Or what do they call it? What's the proper word for it? Let's actually see what they call Cariolis's protection. Energy. Go to Kara here. Let's go down this one. Is this it? Start battle. It's just called protection. In the middle, the storm field. There you go. Cariolis' storm field. By the time he does the jump to the furthest target, it used to be the back line. 12 seconds after the start of battle, Carabin, let's go with Carabin. Carabin restores his HP and teleports to the enemy target with the lowest max HP. This effect can only be activated once per battle. So he can't teleport until he gets to EX30. So one reason, bring him to EX30, right? With him, generally I run him 3 ways, but it's the same way. I just switch up the gears depending. For endless battles, I use Sun Signet, but the main core piece is opportunistic because it helps with the knockdowns. You gain that additional damage reduction, plus each time a knockdown skill is cast, gains 5% max HP, can go up to 20. and recovers 20% of missing HP. This effect can only trigger once every 12 seconds. So that definitely works with him, especially he's doing a lot of knockdowns. You want to make sure you have HP. This is my endless battle build, so crit here. But then when you switch over to the accuracy build, this is accuracy helps out with his knockdowns, right? There's a better chance to gain knockdowns here, as you can see. So the threshold for his accuracy, I would say 150. I also have a vigorous build with him, but primarily in PvP, I run this one because I want to get the knockdowns and I want to make sure that he's doing more damage. He cannot crit on his ultimate. That's one thing worth noting. But for this guy, he's like out of the three at the bottom for me. Getting an additional copy of him from Poland would be great. But for me to pick him up, he was one of those tanks that I'm like, it's cool, you know, teleporting, it's all right. But other than that, outside of the tank class, I don't really use him. You know, this is what he seemed like. He seemed like he could have been a counter. This right here is the exclusive effect, Shadow of the Death enhancement. Each time before the damage is dealt, dispel the target's invincibility effect and shields of 50%. Okay, so kind of a mini, seldom counter to assassins, tanks, and also vanguards, because vanguards definitely have on that invincibility if they're running Fiona and assassins too. So again, with him and Ray, they're normally the ones that are the last one to be on the battlefield anyways. But when I run the high HP on him, opportunistic, whichever way you want to go. You can go crit rate base and also accuracy base and HP base. So 3 ways to build them out. Whichever gear has the best substat, make sure you get some damage reduction on him. Here, damage reduction for PvP will definitely help out in his survivability. Overall, I don't really use him. Am I gonna summon for him? No, let me be honest, no. Next up, let's move on. We're gonna talk about the support. Fiona. Fiona's amazing. Fiona's great. Loved her when she came out. She was one of those few heroes. One of the first heroes, actually, or maybe second. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look at my videos that I actually brought to EX30 Immortal and Hyper Evolve, right? No, I didn't Hyper Evolve her yet. I should have Hyper Evolved her. I had an extra one, but I ended up using it on Nord, right? Again, with her, accuracy is a must. You want to have over 250 accuracy to help out with Nectar Tide. Exclusive effect. Nectar Tide enhancement. For every 50 accuracy, the number of targets increases by 1 and up to 5 targets. So it says the ally hero with the lowest health restores HP equal to 10% of Fiona's max HP. And it sounds like she'll do that to everyone if you have her at 250 accuracy based on the wording. That's what that sounds like to me, if I'm reading that correctly, right? So that's one reason why you want to run 250 on her. Is it worth it though? That's the other question. Is it really worth running that much accuracy for just that? That's the question. So 250 accuracy, that's what I shoot for. Again, because my guild technology has that 62. That I think I'm short based on my math. So 2 there, that's 90. Nope, exactly the exact amount that I need, 250, right? I like Rebirth on her because again, Rebirth, you gain that additional HP when casting the heal skill, increases healing by 25%, and she also recovers 5%. So again, every time she heals, she's healing herself and the target. And she does that through Nectar too, right? Nectar's Tide, yep. It says ally heroes with the lowest health restores HP equals to 10% of who's doing it. Sound like is she doing it? Like the wording doesn't sound correct. The way how they wrote that doesn't sound right. But for Fiona, right? Let's go show you primarily the teams that I would run with Fiona, of course. Let's go over formations. When I think of Fiona, I'm thinking my vanguards. Of course, vanguards definitely works well with her. If you don't have great assassins, you slap with the vanguards because they're constantly doing displacement. Displacement is the key for her. Another team, of course, is the assassins. The assassins work well with her because someone like Samuel constantly teleporting. Helentis, she works well with her. Bailey, and that's kind of one of the teams that would be great for her. So when you think of your Sins, Motoko, any assassins would work perfectly with Fiona. If you're gonna build assassin team, you need Fiona. So here's a great opportunity to pick up a copy of Fiona Mines. I need an extra one. So again, I think I do. I do have an extra one, so I can bring her to Immortal 2 and get in a copy because she's the one I'm gonna end up summoning for. Yeah, point blank period. I'm just gonna summon for her, see how many tickets I have. I'll drop 90. Yeah, I'll just drop 90 so that way I can get 3 shots at an elite and pretty much get the Anpu Awaken Crystal, which I am going to talk about him in a second. And with that, for Fiona, again, she's an amazing melee-based support. And I feel like we need another one. If we get another one, please, devs, make it Terran so we can utilize Theon, and Bailey needs to be awakened. So I don't know what's going on there, but speaking about awakening, we're gonna hop over to the Awakened Hero that's coming to the game. Depending on when you're watching this, the Awakened Hero coming to the game. Again, I didn't want to read off the skills from their post on Facebook or the Discord. I want to see it myself because I'll make a video about this tomorrow and I have a decision to make. Like I said earlier, do I bring him to Awakening 5 on day 1 or do I bring Caraxia to Immortal? That is the question. So as you can see for my Anpu, I already have him at Immortal 5, which is great. That means that I can go all the way to 10, which I am not. I'm gonna slowly take my time and go through it. I'll do an Awaken 5 video, which is most likely going to be tomorrow, depending on my decision, an Awaken 7 video, and then so on and so forth, right? With Anpu, Surge. Madness doesn't really work too well on him because Ultimate isn't a summon. I don't know if they're gonna change that. Thing about Anpu right now is that his ultimate cannot crit. But once he gets awakened, now it's going to be able to crit. Very interested to see what his damage is going to look like, right? And if you've been watching my content, I talked about this team here. Do I have it? Let's pull it up. Let's put him in there and you'll see this team here with Awaken Anpu. Man, this team right here is going to be crazy because based off of what I was reading, every time he casts his ultimate, he's going to be able to remove invincibility. Who has invincibility? Who provides invincibility? Right? What's her name? Fiona, right? So if Anpu can get his ultimate off right around when they pop their invincibility, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to die fast, right? So that's one thing worth noting. This team right here, you want to get your Mazrani to Awakening 7, another reason. So some of their teams going to be looking great. Now I'm thinking about if to go back, I just want to sidestep real quick. If it's really worth me picking this up, right? Because again, I would get 2 copies of Sif. I'll get her to Immortal 4, and it's only gonna make the Summoner team great again, right? The Summoner team's gonna come back to the light. Not you, Sif, sorry. Let's go back to Anpu. But with him, he does have that built-in stun in his kit. Now, Now, hear me out here. Now that his ultimate can crit, this is very annoying because all of these gears here do not favor crit, right? So I'm gonna most likely have to change this, but tomorrow we'll check out all the skills and see if that's the case. This here is now going to be useless for him, right? Because if his ultimate can crit and his abilities can crit, and attack here will be a waste. And this is the other thing that I would need this game to do, right? No, not a reply. What am I doing? See how you have this gear here? I should be able to go into here, take it, click on it just like, no, not that. Disassemble, click on it just like that. You see how I have the tempered materials on there? Give it all back to me. Even if it comes back into a coin where I can only use it on Surge, give it back to me. Because again, with that gear there, I am not going to be able to utilize that gear. It's just going to be a dead gear. That how many other characters you know that uses range attack that doesn't crit? Only person I can think of off the top of my head is Luke. So again, when it comes to this guy, to just talk about gear, that this is something that they need to implement in the game for quality of life, where you can dissolve this and get those resources back. So the ones that has to do with Surge for the temper, and this one, what is it? The gears. Yeah, it'll just pretty much give you back the gears. Just give me back the gears anyway. So if I want to use it somewhere else, I could do that. I think that would definitely help out. But again, with this guy, 150 accuracy, you need that. That's what's going to help out here, and also on his ultimate. So 150 accuracy is your target. So for me here, I have one, I'm way over the threshold because I'm running these, which once he comes out and I take a look at his kit for his awakening and see if Sun Signet would be the better way to go here, you know, instead of aiming for the 150 by using this, and even this might not even be of use anymore. So again, we're gonna have to re-gear him, point blank period, depending on if his ultimate can now crit. It sounds like that's what it was saying. So again, out of the three, if you don't have him at, you know, mortal, and for my free-to-play account, I'm going to target him. But for my main account, I don't need to summon for him. I'm gonna go with Fiona. So that there is great. So let me go into the other piece of this, right? So I don't agree with the awakening of Anpu. I wanted an energy hero, but again, that could justify the awakening of an energy hero like Nord, right? By making his summoner team stronger. Again, I think A10 Leo will run through the summoner team though, even with Maz on it, and Daniel. I think, don't quote me on that, I think A10 Leo will end up running through that team. But again, Fiona won't be able to provide the invincibility because this guy here. Another thing I was thinking too is Resonance. Resonance, where he gets his ultimate out first, it also, let's hop over to Resonance here. Let's see if I can find a piece. Why I was thinking Resonance is because again, we have to rethink the way that we gear him. Resonance also give you an additional 40 plus accuracy, right? And the target would be, since it's 6, I'm gonna go off of max guild, right? If you're higher than that, kudos to you. It's 62, so that's now 102. So you would only need, if you're running Resonance, you would only need an additional 48. Think about that. So that's something to think about if you do decide to run Resonance in PvP to counter those assassins, or it's not gonna be countering assassins because it's gonna be an NG team that's gonna go against you. So to go against the Caraxia, and I don't think the team could beat a maxed out A10 Caraxia. They could beat the the non-awakened Caraxia, max Caraxia, yes they can. And I think that's probably why they did, because if they did this before they did Caraxia, trust me, the assassin team is gonna be struggling against Summoner. They already are. So again, Resonance is an option. Surge is definitely the top of the list for it. Putting crit here, depending on if the ultimate does crit, then crit right here, attack over here. PvP, you could most likely do damage reduction, maybe, want to say maybe, but the answer for that is attack. And here, could even go to attack depending on the gears that you're running. You could go attack here, because realistically outside of that you would need the 88. 88 will get you to the 150 if you have a maxed out guild technology. So let's just take a look at that team again and see. Gotta go to 6. And here, let's find him again. Where is he? He's here. Boom. Let's switch over to this one. So this team here, this would be the summoner team if you have that A7 Masrani. If you don't, even this alone, this right here could be it. You know, put Sif back here, and this could be it. This team, even this team would be pretty good. And I could see people say, you know what, screw Amat, and let's put Purin in there. Yeah. But for me, I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to have Moz. So I'll do Moz there and run the summoner. So I'm very interested to try this summoner team out, see what they can do. We'll take him everywhere. Yeah, we'll take him on tour, all across the maps. And I think this will actually help you. Well, actually, no. Would it be able to help you to beat this? Because this game mode, let's get out of here real quick and talk about that game mode and get out of here, right? Go down to here. Where is it? This one, Crimson Abyss. Is it gonna help you to beat these levels down here, right? Because if we take a look at the team right now, because the main issue with it, we'll keep that there and go to Anpu. Where is he? Because the main issue with this team is what? The damage received and also the damage output. So this is 22. They're not gonna do too well here, because that's the thing. The numbers, can they even survive? I don't even think they can survive the jump by themselves, right? See, big summons taking a lot of damage. That right there would do bigger damage. Very interested to see where his damage is going to be. See, big hit. They survived it, interestingly enough. I've never tried this, but let's see where the pushback is, because the pushback is what pretty much destroys this team. So they're actually doing pretty decent. I haven't tried it. So 20, yeah, they'll be fine, because he's gonna be doing way more damage. So it would be possible to beat this. Just a little concerned about those big summons. And he'll also have, based off of what I read, he'll have more of the, what do we call those? Zombies? Not zombies, mummies. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. More of those mummies, and this team ain't bad. They're actually doing decent, right? Yeah. Wow, okay, maybe. Nah, Dorelli's dead, yep. I've seen it. Anpu's dead, but again, this is kind of the issue right now. You know, depends on the levels of your summoners. If you have higher level summoners, you'll most likely do better. But again, interested to see this awakening for Anpu. Called it. Wamagen, like I said in the beginning of the video, let's get out of here. We know we're gonna lose that, so let's not worry about that too much. Let's hop over the endless battles. This guy, Wamagen here. So that's why I picked him up. I didn't even think about it. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna need to get him to Immortal 2 to get him to Awaken 7. So I just picked him up right away. I didn't even think too much about him. And where is he? Tanks. He's right here. I already have him here. So by the time he comes around, I'll be able to also bring him to Immortal. I don't have extra copy. Oh, I already used it. By the time he comes around, I'll be able to get him to Immortal 3. And that's the other thing too. In the next Endless Battles, we should be able to tell who the next Awakening hero is. Don't quote me on that, because I'm trying to think back of what point did they switch from Anpu to Wamigan. So Wamigan may be the next Awakened hero, which is a tank, and then most likely they'll eventually get to energy, and by that point they'll probably be Nord, which would only make sense. So tomorrow I'll talk about the updates, obviously Guild Expedition. I think I've seen something about, what do you want to call it? Let's see if we can see it here. No, we can't. We cannot see it. It's not in here yet. One of the Katosian triangles, again, 13 and 14, or whichever one. It has to be, which one? Let's go over to Katosian. It would have to be Thundercliff, right? Or Battlefield of Azora, because those are the only two that's left. So most likely those two. For this one, you're gonna need the Vanguards, and Awaken Wam is most likely what's going to help you here, right? That's what sounds like what's gonna make sense to me. But yeah, that is that. We covered all three of the heroes. For me, I already told you who I'm focusing on, which is Fiona. For this account, don't need Anpu, already Immortal 5. Don't need Carabin. If I get a copy of them, I'll take it. But on my free-to-play account, it'll be different. I'll be focusing on getting Anpu because I don't have an Immortal, and I'll slowly build them out over there. So like I always say, when it comes to these wishlist banners, focus on the hero either A, you want, or B, the hero that's going to help your account progress. So for newer players, I would go for Fiona and hope that you get a copy of Anpu and build out your assassin teams. Because if you build out your assassin team, they pretty much run through everything and they'll help you out with Twilight Lands and all of that fun stuff, right? So if you made it this far in the video, the word of the day is Anpu. And for those that are new to my content, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I'll appreciate it. It'll help me to hit my subscription goal, which is right down below. You can see it there, 600. And for those that are rocking with me, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of the future uploads. So without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.